Might just put those guys to sleep for now. Barbarian tribute. Council of Gauls merchants arrive in the capital. They offer resources as a sign of political friendship. Which resource should we choose? Food, wood, or iron? I think food we're going to have under control. Wood as well, and we've got 440 stockpiled. Iron, we don't have a lot of use for initially. It's used as an upkeep cost for military units, and maybe for creating them as well in small amounts, but I have yet to have had any kind of a problem with metal. So I think I might take food. I've had a few occasions where events have occurred where I needed to use food. I guess we could look at the cost. 4.4, 4.4, 5.4. So technically, I guess I get the best value out of the wood. Yeah, let's just take the wood. Alright, no more events. Sold our orders for some cash. Trained a settler. Farm finished. And barbarian tribute. Cool. So, look at that glorious farm. Oh, that thing is so awesome. That is crazy awesome. Hey, you. Go do it again. Alright. Next up. Leapfrog you. Leapfrog you. So next turn we finish our road. This turn, I think I'll just settle for moving normally and then settle it next turn. I'm not going to try to force march him. I don't think there's going to be that big of a benefit, so we'll just go hang out up on the hill, hope nothing nearby is dangerous. 4 points left. You guys just go to sleep mode. Call on you when I need you. Alright, Athens. We still can't do my forum. I don't have another city site in mind at the moment. I could use... We got another scout popping out next turn. I think that's all I'm going to need of those. I think I'm down to either getting another warrior unit put together so we have some defenses. I'd like to have a guy positioned in each city. Or do the Olympiad so we can raise our training number to produce these units faster. Another distinction you have to be careful of is one of the strategies in 4Xs like this and Civ, and that is to hyper-focus on a particular aspect in one city. So food production, obviously, is what I'm looking for here. A bit of a mix of the resources, the hard resources, stone, metal, and wood in Athens. And we're going to settle this one with the Argead family that has bonuses to military unit production, but... a consequence to be careful of there is that if you only produce military units out of that city, only generals of that family can be put in charge of those military units. So if you don't have a large supply of family members for the Argeads, you can't put generals into their troops. So if you have all of your military troops being generated by one city, you're going to be limited in how many generals you have available from that family. They won't accept leadership from other families. So you got to make sure you spread out your troops a bit. Yeah. Explainer mode is giving me a little bit of a tickle in my throat. Okay, so yeah, so that's something to be careful of. Don't hyper concentrate all of your military production in one city, because it will cause a bit of a problem in that you have a limited pool of generals that Only generals of the same family are allowed for a particular troop. 4 points left. Got the road going. We got the farm started. I need to pick what's going on for Athens here. Love to get another worker going, but I think I'm going to go for a warrior instead. Alright, so warrior and scout. Everybody's done. Except for my actual scout. Yeah, let's roll back this way. Harvest some marble. Am I curious enough to go look in that little spot there? Or what's going to happen is there's going to be like 2 goody huts hidden in this little tiny section of clouds here. Do I try to go around the barbarian encampment? We're going to be popping a scout out here. I'm planning on running him south in between these barbarians to start trying to explore down this way. I'd like to keep him going north. Yeah, look at this. We're nowhere near the boundary. Here I thought I had the northern boundary of the map. So yeah, I think I'm gonna roll him north further. Hide your scouts in the woods. If you're not aware, scouts have particular ability. The stealth ability. Right there. Invisible in trees, except in hostile territory. So, take advantage of putting your scouts in the woods. I believe that's what that little indicator there is for the stealth. Alright, I think we're done. No orders left. 4 years to rhetoric. Heir education. So, one of our heirs, Duchess Timea, is growing up. So, we got to pick what path she's going to take. This is the very first one, so this is where we start forming the core of what she's going to be doing. I'm going to need governors for 3 cities. Philip or Alexander is going to be the governor of Athens. Other than that, I mostly need generals. We don't have the options for these yet. We have to wait till the tech to unlock the ambassador and the chancellor. So the primary things we can use these people for is governors of our cities and generals over our military units. Let's get at least one more governor going. So we'll go commerce. Get some discipline. The statistics that you see for the skills, they correspond. They're kind of used in 2 different ways. The same skill, courage, for example, you notice it says global +1, training generation. Well, in combat, it has a separate bonus. Courage gives like +5 to attack strength for the units attached to. So each of the stat enhancements has a different effect depending on if you're using that person as a governor, ambassador, or so on, versus a general. So charisma, or is it charisma? No, it's not charisma. Maybe it is charisma. I can't remember. One of the mental skills is gives extra critical hit chance in combat, so it's pretty hilarious. I forget which one does it. We're going to go commerce. Alright, no other events. Trained our scout. Let's get our road finished up. Can't wait. Head road. So right now, if you look closely at Sparta, we do not have a little symbol here indicating that it is connected. And if we look here, there's no symbol right here that it's connected. So we're actually taking a negative due to being unconnected for maintenance and such. But as soon as we get this road done, we now have this little symbol right here. A city is connected. City is connected to its capital. Effects of being connected, +2 growth per year and less maintenance cost. And that +2 growth per year is now going to apply directly to here. So we've got the connected bonus showing right there. So we can now produce these a little faster because we have more points being generated for this category of workers. And we have a road that's going to make moving between the two locations faster. Okay, so they're done. We've got a scout to do an order for here, another one to the north, and we got to get our city founded, which will complete our ambition. Where do we want the city center? Is it going to make a difference? I don't think it's going to make a difference. I'll go ahead and pick one of these center squares. All right, this one's got to be Argonid or Argid. So we're going with Argid. We've currently got Sipsilid and Alchemanid, so we are not going to have Selisid available for us. So the Argid, this is the guys that get the +2 training points per year. That lets them build military units faster. It automatically is going to count as connected, so we don't have to build a road to it, but it's still going to be a good idea for travel purposes. And then all new mounted units start with Saddleborn, which is a benefit, and we can build units that require Horse, Camel, and Elephant. And we're also going to get another scout. So we'll get a new scout as soon as we build this. Alright. There we go. And we completed our ambition. So for Control 3 connected, we gained 10 legitimacy. So we bumped up to 50. That's another full point, action point each, or order point each round. And that's a good thing. The more the merrier. Corinth. We got Corinth, and there's our scout that's been added in. Next round, we should get a new ambition choice, I believe. Hey, scout, let's send you due south, I think. I'm not going to go through the desert. I'm just going to go straight south, kind of wend through these mountains and see what we can find. I guess we'll start here, and I'll harvest these guys. Alright, 2 points left. I can't do anything with anybody except for my other scout. Try to go a little north of that barbarian camp. Attacked by a bear. And that's not my scout being attacked by a bear, that's other people. So here's a situation where I don't meet some of the requirements. So 2 overturned wagons are discovered in a clearing. Their goods are scattered across the grass. A woman and her children weep over a dead body. The survivors claim that a bear attacked them without warning. Player contacted. So this is the Babylonia, or the Persians. We've contacted the Persians. So, escort the survivors to the nearest settlement. -4 orders. I ran myself out of orders before we got to this. And that could lead to future events, meaning they'll express their happiness, their appreciation that we did that. Provide the survivors with a guide, but send our people on. -2 orders. Again, I don't have it. Or promise to notify the nearest settlement. Unless I can generate 2 orders, which I could. I could spend 200 my training points to generate 2 orders. I think, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do either of these. We're just going to say we'll let them know, and we'll probably get a minor benefit or a minor favor or something. Persepolis. Alright, so there's the capital of Persia, just north of me there. We're already coming up on one of their borders. So they've got at least 2 cities, obviously. There's no way they grew their capital city all the way down to here. So they've got a second city site. Alright, yeah, that's going to be interesting. And we're out of orders, of course. This encampment here is going to have to go, because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces guaranteed. Maybe more. Get us a northern border with Persia to start getting some kind of a block on their expansion. Plus, it's got a fair amount of resources, relatively close. Access to water. But I might have to concentrate on getting some military units up to kill those barbarians and get a city established up there, now that I know I've got northern neighbors coming from that direction. This is still a pretty large... Oh, is this a western edge of the map? Maybe we're on the western edge of the map. Oh, volcano peeking above the clouds. So, I think we might still have a large amount of water out here. I don't think that's just a lake. Alright, so, out of orders. Corinth! What are we going to build? What are we going to build? Warriors in 6 years? I need warriors, I need workers, I need everything, of course. Let's go ahead and queue up a warrior. That's what they're going to be best at. They've got the 8 base plus 2 for the rider bonus. And it has the connected symbol, like I mentioned. Alright, so what's the next thing we're going to focus on? So we got our road completed here. I could run them back over to Athens and get a road going this way to connect that as well. Just for the purposes of a quicker movement between the 3 cities. Or, how long would that take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 turns for the 2 guys to get that fully connected. Maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, that's right. We got the new scout, and I don't have any orders for him. Now we're getting to the part where I'm going to have too many units for the supply of orders that I'm generating currently. So we're going to have to start making choices. Alright, another daughter, Dionasa. Choose a new ambition. What do we got? Clear 3 barbarian sites. Found a religion. Or stockpile 2,000. Whoa, 2,000. Huh. So, we're at 45 and 60 for the other 2 families now. We've got a balance of cities owned, 1 for each currently. I don't know if I could afford to hold on long enough to get 2,000. Because we're generating 31 currently. That'll keep going up. I won't be able to do any law enactments while I'm trying to accumulate that. We're talking... That's still a long time. That's a long time. Yeah, I don't think that one's something I want to try to plan on. Found a religion, not super hard, but it's somewhat dependent on the randomization of what texts you're going to be offered. Clear 3 barbarian sites. I think that's the most likely one at this point. We are going to have to start switching into some military to clear these sites before they start accumulating too many units. It's going to take a lot of orders, though, to move the armies around, and I need those orders for infrastructure and worker upgrades. Right now, when we're so constrained on the points, and as I keep moving up the difficulty level, we're getting less and less freebie points given to us. So our decisions become even more critical in where we put the limited points we're getting. So the religion thing, like I said, we have to get... Is it that one? Yeah, we have to get to the monasticism. That lets you build a monastery, and then you can enable monks and go after either Zoroastrian, Jewish, Christian, or Manichaean. But as you can see, I'm like... I'm not just 3 techs away. I'm randomly drawn. I have to get 3 particular techs from random draws, so it could be even longer. But I mean, we're talking 7, 8, 10 turns per. If the techs even come up in the right order. So, yeah, I think it's going to have to be barbarians. And so it shall be. Alright, what to do with you guys? Road or start building upgrades. So we're at +8 on the food generation after the first farm. We're about to finish the second farm. This one is not going to be quite as good because it's set back from the water, I believe. Yeah, +14 versus +16. That one will be another... Oh, this one's getting the... I think this one's getting the river bonus in addition to the... So I don't think we're getting a bonus from the water here. I think it's the fresh water from the river. Yeah, I still want to put a granary up here so that these two get a huge boost. And maybe a granary here so these two get a good boost. Alright. So how much value do I put on this road? The big deal is just being able to move units between my cities really quicker, which is going to save me on orders. All the barbarians I know about are pretty far south. That is still going to be my first target. With that taken down, I need to get a settler up there at the same time I take it down so I can keep it, or I got to park a military unit on top of it to reserve it. I also need to know what's up here. So I got this guy. I was going to roll around this way, but I'm not sure Persia is going to let me walk through his land in our current diplomatic status. No, he's upset with me. I don't think he's going to let me walk through his land. I don't want to go past these guys. We got ambushed over here last time. So I think I'm going to have to send this guy up north this way. And send this guy north as well. Much as I want to head south, I need to find out what else is just north of me, since that's the likely route of my expansion. Alright, and if I am going to go north, I don't want to send anything less than 3 units at a minimum. We're going to be a long way from getting any real healing off of them, and they might have a mix of ranged and melee. 4 would be better. 3 is probably all I'm going to be able to afford, and my order points aren't going to barely be able to do anything other than move the military units all at once. So if I build military here, we can just roll them up this way, that way. So I don't think I'm going to be moving them on the road, so I might save the road for a little bit later. So what's going to be most important beyond that then? I need to get one of these guys over here to get building, when he's not building warriors, building Olympiads, so we can increase our ability to make warriors. Hey there, under radar. Alternatively, I start running a road up north. Make moving of the armies along that path faster. I think that actually might be more important. It's a lot of turns, though. Or build the Hanging Guards of Babylon, you know, because you know we wanna. I want more roads. I'm thinking I might regret this, but I want my roads. I want to be able to move between these. I'm worried about the difficulty level and things coming at me. I want to be able to move troops back and forth between my 3 primary cities here very quickly. So we're going to get the road going, even if it's going to take me 4 turns to get it connected. I will sacrifice. All right, you. I need you to go north. 7 left. Go to there. There. Alright, so we knew there was another barbarian over here somewhere, and we just found it. So, kill barbarians, kill barbarians. 2 more cities. Then we'd have to kill 1 more barbarian group of the 3 that I know to the south. Assuming that's even the end of them. Well, this is not good. The Scythian tribe. Hey there. No, I really don't want to try to quarrel. I'm not going to war with you right now. I don't think tribes count, by the way. I think it's actually pure barbarians that I have to take out. I don't think I can take out the tribes. Alright, all done there. Who we got left? Anybody? Working. So yeah, let's run this guy out this way. Or I could gather some horse flesh real quick. No, let's keep moving and scouting. Alright, Persia reached out. They appreciated the notification about the bear attack and hope to continue good relations. Plus 20 opinion. That's fine. That offsets the negative opinion we had earlier, so we're back to cautious 0. No other events. Farm finished. Alright, we're up to plus 22. We're not done yet. You just keep building farms, dude. You got one job right now. You just build farms like crazy. I can't pass up this 15, 16 food per from these farms. Not to mention the growth numbers. Oh, man. Hey, Sparta. What are you down to? 4 for a worker, 4 for a scout? We're at 15.6. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get enough to change those numbers anytime soon. We'd need to get to 20 to get it down to 3. This next one's going to add another 1.1. So 16.7 is what it'll go to. So we'll still be, what, 3.3 off? So 3 more farms. 3 more of these farms would do it. But we'll have to switch to something else here pretty soon. But the breadbasket is established. So food I'm no longer worried about. We're starting to build up a surplus. We're building up a surplus of metal. We've got a good surplus of stone being generated, but that's going to disappear real quick as I start building forums and the other things that are about to come online. And we're waiting to get forestry before we can get the wood going. But we got at least a bit of a stockpile already. Okay, so workers done. I know about the scouts I need to move. Let's keep the road going. Oh, I haven't mentioned this, but bottom of your keyboard, ZXCVBN, that whole row has different uses. That would be the Z key right there. You need to take a look at things without all the cluttering pictures. You can also do Shift Z. Removes even more. X, I forget what X shows. It says in the options menu. Urban spaces, maybe? No, that's not urban spaces. I can't remember what that one is. That shows the connectedness. So it shows my road network and or river connections. That's why some of this is green, because there's a river rolling up that way. So if you're trying to check where you've got connections. V and B. But it says, if you go to options, controls, and then it's in this section right here, overlays. So this group right here, hide all, show zones of control. Oh, that's right, zones of control for purposes of blocking enemy movement through your areas. Danger tiles, network, idle units, good tiles, or tile goods. So different stuff. So there's ways of filtering the map. Where are you? Alright, roads being worked on. So we got warrior in 4, warrior in 3. That'll give me the 3 warriors minimum. I want to start looking at moving north. 8 years, 10 years. Not good. I don't know if I'm gonna have the time. I need to spend some points getting some generals appointed too, if I have any available. And a worker in 2. So, workers are all done. Oh, that's right. We have 3 scouts now. I gotta remember that. You're the most important for the moment. Come on, goody huts. Where are you, goody huts? I'm going to stop him for the moment. Another tribe, the Numidians. 120 bucks to get an initial truce, or gain legitimacy and get war. They're pretty far to the south. I don't think it would be much of a consequence to tell this guy to stick it where the sun don't shine. They'd have to do quite a bit of wandering and traveling to get to me. But it would be another thing I'd have to try to skirt around. I really don't want to, but I think it's more important to be able to maneuver still and keep looking for huts and getting the map filled in. Well, hey there, Numidian horse archers. Youch. Nomad raiders. Last order. Rather use it on you. Alright, so we got an enemy scout. That would be from Persia, of course. Persia's got yet another city right here. I don't think that would be the same. It might be the same city, possibly. Yeah, Persia's... The majors have got a lot of advantage at this difficulty level. They got a lot of advantage. Alright, I'll have to curl him back this way to fill this in. But yeah, I desperately need to get up here and get these 2 locations taken as quick as possible. What's the numbers mean? It's when they're going to grow. So upgrades to Barbarian Outpost. Currently it's a Barbarian Hovel. So, oops. You look down here. Barbarian Special Units. The Hovel produces barbarian units, gives bonus upon entering the tile, plus 20 defense, upgrades to an outpost in 20 to 30 turns. And the outpost has 30% defense, and prevents barbarian respawning. Not sure what that means. But however, basically they get better and better defense as time goes by, so they're harder and harder to take out. And the more time that goes by, the more additional units are going to pop out of it that I'll have to deal with. So I need to get there, if I can. Earlier is better. So I'm not going to get there before that 8-year timer. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I got 4 years before that warrior there is done. And then another 2 years to get him over to the group. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. It's going to be 4, 5, 6 to get him here, and then start marching north. Going to take, unless I get a road built in the meantime, it's going to take at least probably 3 to 4 turns to even get up there. So very, very slight chance I might be able to manage it if I focus on nothing else. But if I do that, I'm using all of my orders points just to get my military up there at the expense of not being able to get my workers working and my scouts moving and so on. So one of the absolute best things about this game is this order system. This is a really, really cool system in the way it works and the decision-making it forces upon the player. And I'm sure there needs to be some balancing, adjusting, fiddling, and so on that'll happen over time. But seems to work really well currently. And there are ways to buy additional points, so you got to balance lots of factors. But it makes for a really cool system of control for how much you can get done in a round and where you put your priorities and all that kind of stuff. So I really like this order system. But we are out of orders. We're going to get 14 next round, and barring any events or anything. Speaking of events, where are we at in regards to... Let's try to use the actual city screen. Ah, we're 2 years away. 2 years away from a culture event. So we got 2 years for Sparta to hit its first culture event. And then we're 10 years and 27 years, barring additional changes for the other ones. So in 2 years, we'll get a culture event, get a bonus, and we'll get 10 extra points to spend on orders. Okay, let's see what happens. that's some wacky movement there. I love how he ran back and harvested these before I could get there. So we got somebody's beating us to the Hanging Gardens. I'm not happy about that. Not happy about that. Nope. We got 4 events, 4 decisions. Uh-oh. Friendly visit, choose research, epics or exploration, and land dispute. So friendly visit, good. Choose research, good. Epics and exploration is because we finished our current research and we've got a new 400-point civics decision to make. So that's probably good. And then land dispute is not good, of course. Friendly visit, family friend, yeah. So Duchess Timea School. Oh, this is our training. So what are we going to have her do next? Give her some XP for leveling up and getting additional bonuses. Or send her wine for rebels with friends. How old is she? 15? Alright. Alright, we'll allow it. Duchess Timea. +1 charisma. Ooh, I do like charisma. Yeah, let's just take the charisma. Next up, next research. So, Ramparts gives the option to assign a chancellor, one of these right there, chancellor. Lets you do walls, which increases the hit points of the city. Spearman unit. Oh, they buy Ream, and then the colonization versus serfdom law, which will be a little while before we accumulate enough civics to be able to make that decision. Or trapping with the slinger unit. So I don't think we got the one we wanted, did we? Kind of wanted husbandry. So, we're still stuck behind divination to get to sovereignty, so I can get the garrison, stronghold, citadel, and we can get governors in positions to get bonuses from. And I'm still missing Polis. Free settler out of Polis. Not happy with this draw. Well, we're going to take trapping. Take the quick one. All right, epics or exploration. So with this decision, we get to decree either epics, we get plus 10 culture per unit killed, or the world has many tales to tell, and we get exploration, which gives a movement bonus along river, and scouts get to move on water. Nothing that's going to be super important. I'm not planning on getting too many units killed in the near future. I think I'd rather have the movement bonus and the scouts move on the water right now. All right, land dispute. Sipsilids and Argids. You guys are gonna fight. I have to pick who's gonna get mad. Who's gonna get mad? We made it to 100, so we got the please status, and we're at 150, so we got 50 points worth of unhappiness I could lay on the Archmanids. But of course, they're not involved. I have to pick between the other two. Lovely. Alright, so it's either plus 40 opinion for the Sipsilids, which would put them up to 60, while lowering 40 on the Argids, which would drop them down a category. Basically, it would equal them out. They'd both be sitting at 60. Or I gotta do the reverse, and I put an extra 40 on the Argids, and drop the Sipsilids into the negatives, which I am not going to do. Or I make them equally unhappy. And take the land for myself. Why? Oh, plus 95 food. Yeah, not even remotely worth pissing off two families. I don't know why that's even offered. That would be a silly one to take. Or I can do nothing. Well, I cannot afford to push these guys negative. I am absolutely not doing that, and I'm not doing that. So it's either even them out at plus 60, or it's do nothing, but watch for developments. What are we getting out of you guys with your pleased family bonus? Plus 1 growth per year for each Argid city. And unit strength plus 10%. So we would lose that growth bonus. I think I'm going to do nothing and wait. I want to keep my bonus as is. Alright, no more major decisions. Did those. We know about that. And Babylon is going to beat me to the Hanging Gardens if I don't build faster than he builds. And I would have to start it right down now. We got 2 years left on the farm. If put us behind him. Or I got to task one of these guys to immediately start building in the hopes that I get it built before him, and he's already a turn ahead of me. I don't think we're going to get the Hanging Gardens bonus. I'm pretty committed to my road. one more turn and we'll have the roads completed. And we can turn these guys loose. 3 years for the warrior, 2 years for the warrior, 1 year for the worker. Alright, so the workers are all done. Warrior's not going anywhere. I just got my scouts and 11 points between them. Let's do this one first. So many barbarians running around. So we see Persia, we see Persia. And he's running his own scout out this way currently. Next, trying to slip down through these guys' units. Salt. We'll harvest some gems and plus two culture. 18 out of 50. Yeah, let's go get some free culture. And we'll just leave you there for now. 1 point left. Oh, let's go hide you here, I guess. We'll harvest that next round if it lets me. Alright, another round done. Egypt. All right, another of the majors. Hostile neighbors. As our units approach the Egyptian border, they're met by armed soldiers, bring an aggressive message. All nations willing to treat with Egypt must pay tribute. Oh boy. Pay tribute, 120 bucks could lead to future. Pay iron, pay food, and refuse. Or persuade the trade, but I don't have the diplomat trait, so I can't do that. So, either minus 40 opinion, we say, no, sorry, not going to do it, but we gain XP. I don't care much about the XP, because he's 56 now. He's not going to be around much longer. Maybe 10, 15 rounds, if I'm lucky. I'm hoping to get that another ambition done before he kicks it. That would be awesome, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it with the time I've got. No, I'm definitely not going to take out 3 barbarians before he dies. That one's going to carry over. I could definitely do it in food. That's only 3 turns of my pursuit for food surplus, which is going to go up even more as soon as we finish this next farm. So that would be the easiest. But I don't want to set a precedent. So I'm gonna refuse. I'm gonna hope we're far enough south. There's Vasset. Most of my expansion is currently aiming to the north for a while, and we got a desert and some pretty ugly terrain and some barbarians between us. Yeah, I'm gonna refuse. No tribute, thanks. A golden age! So here's our culture event. I told you we were pretty close on the culture event. So golden age celebrates city's cultural accomplishments. The elders of Sparta have declared this year the start of a new golden age. So what should we do? Plus 40 culture again. So we would be basically speeding up the next culture event. Plus 60 tactics. 120 gold or minus 30 discontent. Do we even have 30 discontent in Sparta currently? Hey, Sparta, what do you got? You are at 39, so we could wind back the discontent clock. Avoid having to run festivals. That's basically not quite a festival's worth of discontent. Take the money and run, or take civics and get us a little closer to the next law. How much is the next one for the... We need 200, so 50 years at the current speed. Let's do... I think I'm going to take the civics. We're going to be getting techs pretty fast for these laws. I'd like to get them passed as quick as possible, or make sure I can assign a governor or a chancellor or ambassador as soon as they come up. All right, 14 points. Oh, let's finish off the road. Come on, you. I find it easier to click units by clicking on the little symbol above them. I'm constantly having problems getting them to select, especially if there's a crowd. Alright, we are fully connected from city to city to city. We already had the connection bonus, but now we've actually got an actual road. So now, decision time. Keep a worker here. Move the other worker back to work in Athens. So I have one worker doing improvements in each. Or keep them together, bring them back, and start working on the road to the north. I got a second warrior, and then 2 turns for that warrior. That gives me 3. Even with the road building, we're still accumulating stone at a pretty good pace. I think I'm going to bring them back, and I'm gonna get the road started. I think that's going to be the more important thing. So they're done for the round. Even just a couple of turns of road building. With Athens here, it would be road, for 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, and I'm probably already connected to the city. But even if I just do 2 turns worth, there and there, that will vastly accelerate my ability to send troops north and get them out of these heavy woods. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sacrifice the city upgrades for getting this road punched north. I'll send warriors up ahead of them to guard the road builders. And hopefully catch a couple of incidental barbarians that are wandering around. So we're down to scouts, right? Scouts. Hey, scouts. Oh my goodness. Haunted Quarry. More stone. So, plus 50 discontent and gain a stone cutter. That's kind of rude. Haul back as much stone as you can. Still plus 50 discontent and 200 stone. Or leave it alone. 5 orders and become superstitious. Minus 2 wisdom. Yuck. Yuck. So we do have 3 quarries already. So we'll be able to put a stonemason in one, a specialist, if we pick that. I'm not taking this. Well, I guess I could take this one. Again, he's going to kick the bucket. So the negative 2 wisdom, it's going to lower our tech research. That's actually quite a lot. The stone cutter is going to be the longer term benefit. It takes, it kind of depends on your advancement, but 4, 5, 6 turns to build a specialist unit. So it would cut down on that. Man, that 50 discontent's going to suck. We're going to have to do a festival to offset the a portion of that. So we basically losing it back again. Yeah, I'm going to take the stone cutter and the discontent. Well, that was unfortunate. Big old empty plain out this way. And still got that big waterway over there. Alright, so other than hugging the Scythians, we've got this coastline pretty well looked at. 6 points left. Let's go look at the other scouts real quick. Big mountains, push through the forest. More Gauls. One point left. So Egyptians, let's try to go around or through them. I'm gonna try to start curling around this way, like so. Alright, so Sparta. Sparta, you got yourself another worker. Good job, Sparta. Oh, we got the forum! Start spamming forums! I forgot we got the forum thing done. Alright, now it's nothing but forums for a while. So, plus 2 civics per year when it's done. So 4 rounds, 4 years. Then we will gain plus 2 to this number. It'll go to 15. 15 is a nice even multiple for the number 60. So that'll drop that to 4 years instead of 5 years to finish. We have to get to 20 before that's going to drop again. No, actually it'll drop as well. Yeah, so we definitely want Forum. Very much worth it. And then as you can see, Forum 2 is the next one. It gives plus 4 per year, so you get 4 instead of 2. And there's a 3, and so on. But it's, eventually you'll hit a point where you culture out. You have to raise the culture level of your city before you can continue. But that's the kind of infrastructure stuff I didn't do the last game that really hurt me. I need to go ahead and make sure I set aside the time to get these upgrades done to really accelerate the other stuff I can do. So there you go. Sparta's doing a forum, and we're done, right? We met Egypt, trained a worker, got our stuff done. Wrapping in 2. All right, so we've got the road done. We're gonna go ahead and get these guys moved back. Get back to Athens. Go to there and add a road. Can you get to there? Yep. And build a road. So we got our 2 warriors now, with our 3rd one coming out next year. So we'll run him across, and then all 3 of these guys will move north. We'll have our 4 things of road done by that point. We can see a little better out that way. I think we extended our city area to grab that. Oh, finished our farm as well. I need to get you to work as well. Our scouts are going to be sitting in place for a round, unfortunately. All right, you. What do they want? They want another farm right there. I want that space, but I can't remember if I don't think I've gotten the tech to buy a spot yet. Hey, Countryona. Thanks very much for the Patreon pledge. So, I know I'm going to want... Let's see. So, a farm here is only 6.5. Farm there is 8.5. And 5.5. So, I know I'm going to want granaries. So, if I do another farm here, put a granary here, that's going to affect the super producer plus that. And then if I put a granary here, it could affect all 3 of these. If I farm this also, this will be nothing special. But a single granary here will be able to affect all 3 of these spaces. Let's... Or we can start on the Apadana. Oh, +4 civics, +6 culture. We don't have the 300 accumulated food. I could buy it for 84 to fill in the difference. I guess that's another thing I should mention. If you look at the very bottom of that thing, the little pop-up there, notice in the bottom right it says hold Alt to buy, and it says 84.6. It shows the 300 food in red because I don't currently have that many. I've got 282. So it's showing me that I can hold the Alt key down. And if I do that, when I try to build this, then it'll auto-buy off the market enough food to meet the requirement. And it's showing me that it's going to cost me 84 bucks, basically, to buy it off the market under the current prices. You can do similar things. You always got to be careful to make sure you're watching for Alt options. To either pay for things or to build over things or so on. 12 years, though. 12 years before we'd get that, and it would tie this guy up until then. Our food is positive for a while. We'll be growing our food with what we've got. And that +4 per year to civics would be massive. I mean, that would jump us up to 17 all by itself. And then when we finish the forum, we'll be going up another 2. So that's 19. So one more forum would push up into the low 20s, or 21, which would get us down to 3 turns for several of these civics. Actually, all of these civics. 60, 60, 60, 60, 60. Yep. So in short order, we could push every one of these things down to 3 turns per. So 3 turns, we would be able to add 1 to this number to train warriors faster. Every 3 turns, we'd be able to add 1, because you can repeat this over and over. 3 turns for festivals to lower the unhappiness, and so on. So am I willing to task this guy? I got 2 workers here now. Am I willing to task this guy to do this?